here we are at the entrance of Thorpe Park, the most anticipated park in my opinion here in the UK. We're going to explore this park. This park has 8 roller coasters which we need to explore, or which we want to explore at least. So we're going to see which one is the best and which one is definitely the worst, and we're also going to check out how these coasters here rank compared to all the other coasters we already did in the UK. Now I'm extremely excited to try out Hyperia, which is at this moment the tallest and fastest roller coaster in the UK, so I'm really excited. So let's get inside and experience all the rides here at Thorpe Park. During a 2-week trip, I finally got to explore the biggest parks and roller coasters in the UK, and in this series I'm focusing on one thing: what is the UK's best roller coaster? In today's episode we're checking out the coasters at Thorpe Park. And here we are in Thorpe Park, and there we already see Hyperia, the fastest and tallest roller coaster in the UK. I'm really excited for this one. Anyway, we're going to check out all the rides here in this park. We're going to our first ride immediately. Not sure what it will be. Matthias, what's going to be the first ride?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Let's just see. When entering here, we already see a lot of really big roller coasters. It's a bit, in my opinion, the coolest lineup of rides here in the UK. I'm really excited for a lot of roller coasters here, like Stealth, Hyperia, the Swarm. There are a lot of cool ones, so we're going straight for probably Stealth, which is at this moment, I believe, the fastest accelerating roller coaster in the world actually. So we're really hyped for this one. Let's go. And with that, we did our first ride here at Thorpe Park, Stealth, the fastest accelerating roller coaster in the world at this moment. It's really such a great ride. It's very short, but it's really fun. The acceleration is really the launch. The acceleration of the launch is really love it. We were on the front row, which was really cool, by the way. But you also have quite some airtime in the front row there on the top, and obviously also here on this last airtime hill. It was really amazing. But just look at this. Look at it going up. Really amazing. Really loving it. It was really one of the most thrilling coasters we already did here in the UK. So at this moment, I'm not sure if I'll put it on the first spot, but it's really great. But let's see at the end of the video where I'm ranking all these coasters here in this park, and where I'm ranking all these coasters in the top UK ranking actually. So first we're going to do all the rides, and then we're going to rank them. So let's get to the next ride. Next ride we're doing is a George Eurofighter coaster. Saw the ride. Apparently also a pretty good Eurofighter, so really excited to try this one out. Let's do it. Eurofighter from Gerstlauer done, and another one which is not really that smooth. I maybe kind of overhyped this one, but apparently I heard from a lot of people it's a really good one, but in my opinion, this is not really a good one. I really had some speed no limits vibes as in Oakwood. It's really a rattly ride, uncomfortable, a bit shaky, a bit bumpy. It's a bit painful in my opinion. Now the first drop is really cool, and there are some other cool moments like the drop inside of the building, also the drop after the first brake section somewhere there. It's fun, but it's just a bumpy ride in my opinion. I didn't really enjoy it that much. Anyway, let's get to something better hopefully. Next one, Colossus. We already did the same ride in Flamingo Land, which is sick, but this one is the same model, but instead of lap bars you have over the shoulder restraints. According to a lot of people, it's not as good as sick in Flamingo Land, but let's see. Alright, we did Colossus here, the what is it? Multi-inversion looping coaster from Intamin. Same model as Sick in Flamingo Land, which we did more than a week ago, although this one has shoulder restraints instead of lap bars. I do have to admit, it feels exactly the same as Sick, obviously, and the shoulder restraints are maybe a little bit less comfortable than the lap bars, but it's not really like painful or anything. So I really enjoyed this one too. So at this moment, very comparable with Sick in my opinion. But is it the best ride at this park at this moment? Nah, not really. Although Stealth is a lot shorter. It's just way more fun in my opinion, with a lot more airtime. Anyway, let's get to the next ride, which will be the Swarm, because it's only a 5-minute wait there, so let's go. Alright, we did the Swarm. Here behind me, the wing coaster from B&M, same as for example Phoenix in Toverland or Gatekeeper in Cedar Point. Really fun wing coaster, by the way. It's a pretty short one, same as Phoenix in Toverland, which is also really short, but it's pretty. It's just a fun layout, and it has some fun inversions. The first drop is nice, especially the inversion above the station. It's really cool, with a lot of hang time and such. So overall, really enjoyed this wing coaster. Really fun one. Although I have to admit that Phoenix and Toverland is maybe a bit more forceful, a bit more powerful, but definitely a great wing coaster for sure. Next ride we're doing is an indoor coaster, Walking Dead the ride. I'm not a fan of like scare houses and such, so I'm not sure how scary this will be, but let's see. We survived the Walking Dead the ride. On the sign there it said there could be live actors or something like that. We didn't see some. Luckily, we didn't meet any actors along the way. It's a fun indoor ride though. It's I believe it's a Vekoma one, but I'm not exactly sure. But it's a very fun indoor layout with some theming here and there and some storyline and such. Pretty well done for a rather little indoor coaster. Now the ride itself is not really thrilling. The theme is pretty thrilling, but it's not really a very thrilling ride. Not very forceful. It's just a fun layout. It used to be, I think, a family coaster, but now they rethemed it to something more scary, although it doesn't really fit the ride itself. But anyway, fun ride for sure. Now from one family coaster to another one, which is a powered coaster, the Flying Fish. Here we are, the Flying Fish. I believe it's a mech powered coaster. Yes, it looks very mech-like. Anyway, let's do this one. It's pretty clear we found the best ride in the UK. Isn't that true, Matthias? Yeah. Second try. It's clear we found the best ride in the UK, right?
Of course.
Of course. We did 5 laps on the Flying Fish. Unfortunately, we didn't want to do 5 laps, but we had to because the ride just rode 5 laps. Anyway, it's a very small mech powered coaster, very short one, not very thrilling, not very fast. It's clearly like a smaller model compared to bigger models like Bob Express in Bobbejaanland, the Draak in Plopsaland, or other more bigger family coasters from mech. Not a... You really enjoyed it, right? I can see it on your face. Anyway, definitely not the best ride here in Thorpe Park, and for sure not the best ride in the UK. Alright, the moment has come. We're going to ride Hyperia, the newest coaster here in the UK, newest coaster in Thorpe Park, the tallest and fastest roller coaster in the UK. I'm really excited for this mech coaster. I cannot wait. Let's do it. We had our first ride on Hyperia. Did we like it, Matthias?
Yes.
Yes, it has a lot of airtime, a lot of hang time. First drop is really amazing, especially more at the back. We were on row 7. It was really a great ride, but it's a very short one, unfortunately. It should have been a lot longer in my opinion. But anyway, really smooth, really comfortable, a really great layout, really very fun coaster. Anyway, we still have Nemesis Inferno left in this park, so let's get to Nemesis Inferno. Alright, we have arrived here at Nemesis Inferno, the B&M inverted coaster. Honestly, I hope it's going to be better than Nemesis Reborn, because I was kind of disappointed with that one. Nemesis Reborn, by the way, is a B&M inverted coaster at Alton Towers. Everyone, or at least a lot of theme park enthusiasts always are telling that one is one of the best inverted coasters in the world. I was really extremely disappointed with that one because it felt to me like it's a pretty boring inverted coaster actually, especially compared to, like, for example, Osiris in Pijkastrix, Montu in Busch Gardens, or Black Mamba in Phantasialand. Those are way better. And I kind of have a feeling, I'm not sure, but looking at this inverted coaster here, it even looks more interesting than Nemesis Reborn at Alton Towers. So fingers crossed this is going to be a good one. But let's check out Nemesis Inferno. Nemesis Inferno better than Nemesis Reborn? In my honest opinion, it is a little bit better, a little bit more fun layout in my opinion. It's as short as Nemesis Reborn in my opinion, but it's just the layout is a bit more fun. Now, is it the best coaster here in this park? Nah, not really. I'm still more hyped about Hyperia and Stealth, for example. Those are a lot better in my opinion. But Nemesis Inferno, just fun layout, fun inversions. It doesn't really have a lot of airtime, but just the whole layout is pretty fun actually. Now the theming is not as great as Nemesis Reborn, so yeah, Nemesis Reborn has an advantage there. But just yeah, in my opinion, the layout is a bit more fun here. And with that, we did all the coasters here in Thorpe Park. Now, how do these coasters rank? First of all, we're going to start at place number 8, which is the Flying Fish, obviously.
Oh,
Oh, indeed. At number 7, we have Saw the Ride, because I really didn't like that ride at all. It's such a painful ride. It really is. Anyway, at number 6 we have the indoor coaster, The Walking Dead, because I really enjoyed that one a lot more than Saw actually. Really fun layout, really fun coaster with some nice theming throughout the ride. It's not a very spectacular ride, so it's at place number 6.
but it was scary.
But it was, yeah, the ride
Scared.
yeah. But the ride was also a bit scary. Anyway, at place number 5 we had this one here, Colossus. It's a little bit less good than Sick and Flamingo Land, but still an enjoyable coaster for sure. At spot number 4 we have Nemesis Inferno, which is in my opinion such a great B&M inverted coaster. In my opinion even better than Nemesis Reborn. I really don't get why people rank Nemesis Reborn higher than Nemesis Inferno. Anyway, I really enjoyed that one. At number 3 we have Stealth, which is the launch coaster here. It's a very short ride, but very fun in my opinion. I really love the launch on that thing, and also the airtime on the top and on the airtime hill at the end. I really enjoyed that one, although it's a pretty short ride unfortunately. Then at spot number 2 we have the Swarm, which is really a great wing coaster. I really enjoyed that one. It's a very fun layout. It has some fun inversions. It's quite forceful at some moments also. I do admit that I like Phoenix in Toverland a little bit more. That's a little bit more forceful, maybe a little bit more fun. But yeah, both Phoenix and the Swarm here are both pretty short, unfortunately. But anyway, really enjoyed that ride. Also, the theming of the Swarm is pretty cool in my opinion. So definitely worth a number 2 spot in the park. But of course, obviously, at number 1 is the newest ride here in the Thorpe Park, and also the newest coaster here in the UK, which is Hyperia, the fastest and tallest roller coaster in the UK. It's a bit too short in my opinion, but a really great ride with a lot of airtime, a lot of hang time, just a really cool layout actually. I really enjoyed that one. So that's the final ranking of all the coasters here in Thorpe Park. And how do these coasters rank compared to all the other ones we already did here in the UK? Well, I think I can safely say that at this moment, Hyperia is at the number 1 spot of all the coasters we already did in the UK. So really, it's such a great ride, absolutely. Now that's it for all the roller coasters here at Thorpe Park, with of course a number 1 here, Hyperia. Next up are the roller coasters of Chessington Worlds of Adventure, but that's obviously for another video. See ya!